Hello everyone and welcome to Metro TV. I'm your host Andy Hoig. We have a great show for you today. We'll be talking to Partnership for Kids, who is celebrating 30 years, Harrison Financial Services, and also Heartland Family Services. So don't go away, we'll be right back. Well, welcome back. I'm so excited to have Deb Denbeck, Joanne Poppleton with me today from Partnership for Kids, our cover story for the June issue. Thank you both for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
30 years.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I'll just kind of show this here. 30 years, so our cover story talking about Partnership for Kids, the bright future, fostering hope for 30 years. So Deb, what does that all mean?
Well, obviously it means that there's been a lot of success stories.
Yeah.
Mike and Gail started this 30 years ago, and it grew from about 20 students to now way into the thousands of students. And every year, this past year, we graduated 68 from high school and 20 from college, and these are starting now to be our bigger classes. But it's really a program that's designed to help young people that are growing up in poverty, and really for them to be able to see what the future looks like and what it can be for them, regardless if you're growing up in poverty or what your social economical status is. And what these young people really need is that there's hope for a bright future. And so through our programming at every level, elementary, middle, high school, college, we do all that programming that really opens that future and really guides them to graduation and a career.
Well, and that's a great segue into you, Joanne, program director for elementary and middle school. So let's just talk a little bit about that. And what does that mean?
Well, what that means is it all begins with this Partnership for Kids works very closely in partnership with the Omaha Public Schools, and we align with their educational curriculum and with their strategic planning. And so we are built together in the schools with them, and we are in 6 elementary schools where we serve all of the students in the schools, and that we work closely with the teachers, and the students have a reading, a life skill goal, and an attendance goal, because we also work with the Strive for 95 that the Omaha Public Schools supports on the students. And we bring volunteers in, and they work with the students in pre-K through kindergarten, pre-K through 3rd grade is our Book Buddy program, and twice a month they come into the school and they read a book with these students, and the students are able to bring the book home, and that provides them 14 books during the school year. And with their longevity in the program, when they get through 3rd grade, they will have 70 books in their in-home library.
That to me is just amazing, because even when I was a child, I mean, we would read books, but I mean, that's like a big deal. And it kind of goes into the whole mentorship thing, because you're looking for people in the community to come in and be book buddies with these kids.
Yes, and as the ages grow, the mentors from the community, they evolve, because then in the 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, they work with them in a group mentoring setting in the classroom on their goals, on their reading, life skill, and attendance goal too. And that is also curriculum based, and they spend 30 minutes with these students twice a month on talking to them about their goals and reviewing the curriculum that covers areas of financial vitality, careers, college, healthy relationships. And
I mean, that, and again, that's so important, because if you're not learning that at this age level, you're kind of just out in the world just fending for yourself, for lack of a better way to say it. So,
and we are a large support for the students and for the families. We are here to support them in any means that we have, and we have such a great connection with the community and the volunteers that we have. We have over 400 volunteers that come into these schools, and from several different corporations, and so we are able to connect them and help support the families that are in need and the students with their academics and attendance.
So that's so wonderful. So we'll go back to like the 30th year anniversary. There's lots of things going on this year. Do you want to speak to that a little bit? Like what?
Well, we do have a full-fledged amount of activities going on, and trying to really get the word out about the 30th anniversary, because this is really a legacy program. You know, Mike and Gail started it, and now they want to see the community really take hold of this and be responsible for this program going forward, because it is making a difference. When you're putting out the kind of results that we have, and those results really happen because of the length that you have with the program. And, you know, getting kids out of poverty is not easy. And so you have to build the trusting relationship. You have to have consistent programming. You have to have a lot of time with these kids, and you have to have a lot of resources.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have one, then the student could fall through the cracks. And that's what we're really trying to do, is we're more of a preventive program of making sure that these young people are on a path to success.
Yeah.
And that's really was Mike and Gail's whole mantra when they started, was let's give these kids a great path. So we just obviously celebrated all the students that we serve here as school got out. And now we're having some summer activities for our young people, a lot of summer programming where they're getting to see and experience different career paths. Along with that, we have several other activities within the community. We have our Swing for Kids golf event July 29th at Tiburon. So we have that event going on. And then we also are partnering with the Omaha Marathon. And the 5K this year, Andy, I know you'll be running, but the 5K really is the Partnership for Kids run. And then we have Hops and Grapes, but our big event is November 13th.
Okay.
And that's really when we want to showcase this program to the community of Omaha, and that's going to be at the Hilton, downtown Hilton. So
it kind of culminates like with this gala. So
Yeah,
I mean,
it
it's
does.
like this big event. You've got the golf tournament, the walk, the run, which I just also want to mention. That's a qualifying like marathon run, isn't
it's
it?
qualifying for the Boston Marathon.
Yeah. So people that are just that's their goal.
Yep.
This is something that helps them along their journey. Hops and Grapes is really great, and then on the 13th of November, having this big just celebration.
And it's really a celebration to show the program, celebrate our young people and the people that have come through our program.
Yeah.
But it's also our time to really say thank you to Gail and Mike for what they've started.
Right. And like you said too, you've got these two amazing people that start something, and now the community, how can we continue to take that into the future and step up and be a mentor or financially donating or just being involved in it, because it's important. It's our community.
It is involved, and if we, I always say this, we can invest now, or we will pay later, because these are, the statistics are really against these kids, because, they might be hungry and need a loaf of bread or something.
Right.
They could get in trouble for
Yeah.
that, and so we need to invest, because these are our future. And just because they're growing up in poverty doesn't mean these aren't smart and great kids. I mean, we need to invest in all of our kids in the future, because this is our future of Omaha, and they are our future leaders. And I mean, just like in this class, we have 2 young men that are going off to med school, and one grew up homeless.
Right, right.
So you're looking at that and going, these kids know how to overcome obstacles. They just need hope and guidance that there is that bright future for them.
Absolutely. I just love it. Thank you so much. So website to go learn about everything plus events is?
www.p4k.org.
Okay. And again, this hot off the press, literally hot off the press. We'll have these for sale at the Bookworm on 90th and Center, but I know we're going to be distributing them around to everybody. Just so excited and really just appreciate everything and the contribution, because it's making such a big difference in the lives of so many that are going to make a big difference. So the ripple effect is huge.
Yeah. Thank you, Andy.
Yeah. Well, thank you both. Yeah, thank you both for being here. And we will be right back. Well, welcome back. I'm here, Heartland Family Service, with Charlie Hathcox, Communications Manager, Desta Clark, Development Manager. Thank you, ladies, for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, and you've got this really fun event coming up
We do.
called Strike a Chord Gala. What year is this? Because you've been doing this for a few years.
We have. This is the 15th year for it.
Are you serious?
Yes, it's actually been 15 years, so
Oh my
time
gosh.
flies.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy because I've been to it several times, and it's a lot of fun. So let's just talk a little bit about the event and what people can expect.
Absolutely. So next Friday evening is our strike accord. Like you mentioned, we start at 6 p.m. We'll have hors d'oeuvres, dinner. We're going to have some games. We will have a wine toss. Lots of great things. And then we're going to have a silent auction, a live auction, and just a ton of fun.
Yeah, and so the date specifically is June
14th.
14th, okay.
Yes.
June 14th, a Friday, this upcoming Friday. But it is a lot of fun, and it's also just, it's a gala, but what is the dress attire? Are we wearing ball gowns?
Actually, this year our theme is the great outdoors.
It is.
Okay.
So it's a very casual event. If you've got some outdoorsy
Okay.
woods attire, maybe some plaid. Really, though, it is a very casual event, and really just for a great cause.
I love it. I just got back from Colorado in the mountains in Rocky
Yes.
Mountain National Park, so I love that attire, and it's nice to be able to come out and just celebrate and raise funds for a really great cause, but to be a little casual. So
So what you're saying is your wardrobe is ready to go.
it is. It's actually probably still in my suitcase, so I can just unpack it and put it on.
You could bring your suitcase.
Yeah, I
I'll fit
could,
right in.
and a backpack. So strike a chord. So tell me, is this dueling pianos? I mean, what is this?
It's the old dueling pianos.
Okay.
So it eventually evolved into Strike a Chord and now the Strike a Chord Gala over the past couple
Yeah.
years. So what the great thing about this is it is our second largest fundraiser as an agency, but it's the only fundraiser where all of the proceeds benefit our Southwest Iowa programming.
Okay, because it is the location for this event is
The Mid-America Center.
okay. Yeah, yeah. And so again, strike a chord. People can come. So just walk me through that again. Sit down dinner or just hors d'oeuvres, drinks, silent auction.
Yeah, so we will have a sit-down dinner. Tickets are still available, so you
Okay.
can buy individual tickets for $80. Table sponsorships are still available, which is a table of 10 for $800. And our event starts at 6 p.m. and the silent auction and the program and all of those types of things starts at 7:30.
Yeah. So again, a fun event. So how can people buy tickets? Where do they need to go for that?
They can go online to heartlandfamilyservice.org or they can give Desta a call at 402-552-7475. And our fundraising goal this year is $95,000.
Okay.
So we're really excited because we know we can get there. We've got some
Yeah.
really great things going on that evening, including the presentation of the Salute Awards. So we
Okay.
have the Salute to Achievement Award, which goes to a current or former client who successfully completed one or more of our agency's programs. Our winner this year is Lynn Poe, and she's completed 4 programs in our agency.
Wow.
Yeah, so her story is inspiring. We're going to show a video of her as well as our Salute to Leadership winner, who is Dawn Landon. And Dawn is in private law practice now, but prior to doing that, she was the assistant Pottawatomie County attorney for 16 years.
Okay. Again, so many, just raising money and awareness, just you guys do such an amazing job.
Thank
And
you.
really serve the community in a way that just makes me proud to be a part of the Omaha community. So,
Thank you.
All right, last website one more time.
heartlandfamilyservice.org.
Okay, event June 14th, Friday, and tickets are still available. Sponsorships available.
Mm-hmm.
Come on out. It's a camping woodsy theme.
Camping woodsy theme
I love
and the
that.
great outdoors.
I love that.
Yeah,
All
we're really
right.
excited.
All right, well, thank you both so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, you're
Thank you,
welcome.
Andy.
And hopefully maybe I'll see you on
We
Friday.
hope so.
Yeah, on Friday. So, all right, we will be right back. Well, welcome back. I'm here with Tim Harrison. Tim is founder and CEO of Harrison Financial Services. Tim, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
We've known each other. We've worked together throughout the last few years, and I've gotten to really know your company and a lot of it from the philanthropic side and how you're giving back, but also just what you do to help businesses, individuals, and organizations. But before we go there, let's just talk about how did this all come to be?
Sure. Yeah. Well, essentially, when I had a paper route and I was a youngster, started out and just was working hard as a young kid. My dad got me started in a mutual fund, and I started putting money every month into a fund, and I'd track it in my journal that I kept, and it was fun to watch those numbers go up. And it was in the 90s, so the market was like this, and I got excited about it. So that's what started it out. And then I was doing construction and carrying blocks and bricks and mixing mud, doing heavy weight, and loved the sun, was earning some cash in high school, and decided, you know what, I don't want to be doing that when I'm 65 years old. I saw these guys carrying blocks and bricks at older ages and decided I don't want to be in that spot. So I got serious about college, and basically at 18 got started in this, started the business.
Yeah, I always find it interesting because you see people, and I look at you and I've been to some of your events, which are awesome, and everybody starts someplace. So, and how you get into the business. So let's ask this question: who is Harrison Financial Services, and who do you serve?
Sure. Yeah. So our company is a firm that focuses on helping business owners, successful C-suite type executives, a lot of senior professionals. So decision makers is the way I would put it, under an umbrella, if you will. And our purpose is to help families to build a better life, legacy, and community. We happen to be in the financial planning business, but the reality is we do so much more than just help people with their plans and their investments and insurance and implementing those plans. So we've expanded that a little bit.
Yeah, and you really, just through our conversations and meeting with your team, which you have an amazing team, is really kind of understanding who the client is. And I don't even want to call them a client necessarily, because you're really developing this relationship and guiding them through their life and their finances, which is a touchy subject. It can be, yeah.
Yeah, it really can be. And especially, and what I would say is, just over the years, what I've noticed is I've seen some families that have significant wealth, but their life is somewhat in shambles in certain areas or aspects. And so we've tried to really understand that it's not just about their money, it's about your whole life, your life 360 we call it, and trying to work with them not just on, again, the financial piece, but hopefully some of their relationships and philanthropy and helping everything come together in a way that it's harmonious, if you will, and hopefully have a good quality of life and balance, I guess I'll call it.
Yeah.
Life blend.
Because I know philanthropy and legacy planning is kind of what you focus on. Again, you focus on a lot of things, but that's like a big thing, like we were talking about, because people want to leave something and they want to contribute while they're here, but they don't necessarily know how to, and you really help with that on that level.
Yeah, we have a good group of foundation clients in town, and I think the common denominator, a lot of our clients, they want to have and be good stewards of their wealth. Yeah. They've built this business or whatever it is that got them to where they are, and now they want to make sure, how do I create a legacy in a way that it's meaningful and it lasts beyond me for my kids or children, grandkids, charities, the community.
Yeah.
Everybody's got a love for something, and so we're trying to basically help them understand the differences between things like charitable foundations or donor-advised funds or charitable checkbooks. Like, what do all those mean? And you may know what you want to impact, although some people are not as clear about exactly what that is, but try to hone in on what that is and then help them come up with a strategy or plan on doing something more than just the annual checks to friends who asked for a table or,
Sure.
I think a lot of people they get asked to do things and they write a few checks, and then, but toward the end of life, it seems like people want more than that. They want to know, what impact am I actually able to make, and difference can I make, and how do I do that in the best way? So we try to stay up here on the mission, vision, values, what do I want to do and why, and then not bore them, if you will, with the below the line details. That's our role, and hopefully we can say these are the best things to accomplish the objective.
And I know we did a little gathering last fall, Women in Philanthropy, and I learned so much from that, just that gathering, and then we're going to do another one this fall. But you do mention some stuff, especially I think with women as well, is, we're on our journey, whether we're single or married or, divorced or widowed. I mean, we can make a huge impact. And when we look at our financial situation and how we want to give back to the community, you talked about the charitable checkbook a little bit, and that's just getting started as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got the big, and then you've got just kind of the getting started piece.
Right. And I'll just say with what you're saying, I agree. And one thing we've noticed is, although there's about half the wealth in this country that is with women, I would say it's a very underserved focus area. And what we found in doing some highlighted topics with women only is that they feel underserved. They may or may not feel like there's a lot of folks who are just focused on talking with them about what they want to do, whether it be philanthropy or otherwise. So
sure.
We're really focused on that and trying to deliver more content and have more, even some of our women advisors who can help serve them also, whether it be a divorce situation, whether it be a charitable organization. So we're working on that.
Yeah, you really kind of go the gamut. And again, it's been so great just to get to know you, know your team, know your business. Anything, as we wrap up in the next minute or two, anything else that you want to put out there? Because again, I just encourage people to talk to you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an important, money's that little subject that sometimes can be uncomfortable. But it doesn't have to be.
No, I agree. Probably the only other thing I would say is we've really tried to look at our audience of successful families and say, how do we best serve them? And so one thing I've realized is it needs to be multi-generational in our firm as well, and we want to have a business that continues on beyond me. So we have younger advisors and team members in their 20s. We have members up in, let's say, through their 60s. We have many credentials, postgraduate credentials from MBAs and CFAs, and I'll call it the alphabet soup of all the things you'd expect from a high quality professional. But I think it's just as important that they have the intuition and the ability to just get to know people on a human level, basically, and be able to talk to anybody. And so that's what I would say.
Yeah. And then again, as we wrap up, it is, having that financial piece, which can be, it's great, but it can also be a little uncomfortable. But having that in place and being able to have a conversation about that and really kind of know where that piece in your life fits and be comfortable with it. I mean, it just, first of all, it takes a lot of stress off of everything.
Example today, so I had a successful family, they sold their business, but even though they might, in some people's minds, have plenty of money, it was really helpful for them to get clarity around, well, how much is it going to take to live the way I want to live, all the way throughout my life, gifts to kids, charities, and it gives people a lot of peace of mind to know that, and then try to figure out how do I best, again, be a steward of that for what I want to accomplish. So I appreciate you taking time.
Well, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
I love it. I got a great article in the June issue of Metro Magazine, so please check it out, and we'll have you back on soon. So
awesome.
Thanks again. All right, we will be right back. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. I encourage you to go to spiritofomaha.com to find out more. The new issue is out online. And also visit us on Facebook, Metro Magazine, all one word. I will see you back here next week.